This is actually our second podcast.
Really? Because that wouldn't show in record, would it?
If you go on our channel, it doesn't show up. No.
Yeah,
no.
Funny that.
What happened with that?
So in the spirit of making sure that this doesn't suffer the same fate, a word was used.
A word?
Yes, the most dangerous of words.
Gasp. What was this word?
Well, it starts with a V.
Does it?
And it is a word that you just absolutely cannot use. So,
is it he who shall not?
Yeah, so we'll just call it Voldemort. You know, we'll just call it Voldemort.
Does this word also begin with a V?
Yes, it also begins with a V. That is a truth fact.
Interesting. Now, what really surprised me when I found out that our first recording, I thought it turned out excellent. I was really surprised when I found out that our first recording got taken down. I was driving, looking at my phone at the same time.
Oh yeah, of course, because that's what as one does.
That's what you do. And I was really surprised to see that. So I was like, okay, they obviously they have to have sent me an email or something about it.
Yeah.
So there is a C word as well that goes along with the V word that I do not even want the AI to pick up on. Let's call it the C word, because that's funny. That has double meaning.
Okay.
So it was a C word Voldemort misinformation. And I don't remember saying anything about the C word Voldemort that could be taken as misinformation. And then I watched back through it and I made some sort of snide remark about...
There was an offhand comment.
About Mr. Gates.
And the funny thing about that whole situation is it's just the reason why we couldn't figure out why it was that we had gotten flagged for Voldemort misinformation is that we didn't realize that we had evoked the name of Voldemort. Well, yeah, exactly. I didn't realize that we had said the name that shall not be named. Yes, he who must not be named.
And I also didn't realize that, you know, in the same breath, I mentioned Mr. Gates, and that is a conspiracy theory. So,
and to be clear, very much a conspiracy theory. The funny thing is that apparently whoever's checking these things is humorless. Is that fair to say, that they don't understand the concept of either satire or parody?
The thing that is checking our things is absolutely...
This is turning into a fucking Mad Lib. But anyway.
Is absolutely humorless. What can we call... Well, we can call out the thing that's checking our things.
Sure, whatever YouTube's AI scrubber of undesirables is.
So I think it's a thing that was recently born, that hasn't developed a sense of humor yet over poopy jokes.
It hasn't been trained.
Hasn't been trained. I don't think it's been house trained yet. Doesn't understand satire or parody, and we'll call it AI because that's what it is.
Sure.
Yeah. So the thing that was really astonishing to me is
frankly, if it's a human, then there's other questions that I have. If this was not a algorithm.
Oh my God. Should I read the comment that I made to YouTube? Because I obviously did hit the button that says, if you think we did this in error, hit this button.
Yes, and then if you disagree with us about your Voldemort misinformation,
and then you
can appeal.
You can appeal
to the Ministry of Magic.
The Ministry of Magic, exactly. So I did make an appeal to the Ministry of Magic. Should I read the comment that I made on the appeal?
Oh no, sure, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right, let me find it. All right. I was very conscientious not to talk about Voldemort in any serious way, because I understand your policy regarding Big Pharma, the WHO, and contentious political views regarding these, their rhetoric, and policy. This is meant to be a parody channel. Who knew?
Apparently not some people.
Not some things. The only thing that I can see here is when I mention Mr. Gates doing things to Voldemort. It's a joke. If a human has watched this and still thinks it's dangerous, I would like to meet that human and debate their entitlement to that label. Humans understand satire. Any human will see I am not actually the head of the NWO. And I stipulate in my rebuttal video that we're going to post shortly, it's actually this guy behind me. Ralph, reptilian artificial life form.
I don't have a fourth camera to throw on him, but yeah.
You can see him from my camera. You can see him from my camera.
Yeah, you can see him. He's also in the main cam, it looks like.
He's the guy running the show. So I go on. If there is a human that watches this and doesn't immediately understand I was joking about Voldemort and Mr. Gates, I will concede that we are all your children and you are the parent. And that's what I wrote to them. And within an hour and a half, they sent me another email that said, we carefully reviewed your content and you are definitely in violation. So I'm pretty sure it's the same unhouse trained child that carefully reviewed it the second time. Yeah. I don't think it was anybody that is made of flesh and blood.
It's either that or you're running into a situation where, oh man, if that was a human, I just want to say I want to take you out on the town at some point, comedy store maybe. I don't know. We need to. In the same way that AI needs to be trained, we need to help train you, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else to do about it.
You need to be trained.
Yeah, they need humor training. I don't know. And I'm I'm not saying that we're funny, but there's intent.
There's intent. Exactly. And when I said the thing about Mr. Gates and Voldemort, it was so off the cusp, so offhand, so just off the top of my head that it took me a long time to figure out why my content even got flagged.
We had no idea. We were speculating that, I was like, oh, well, when we were doing the Alex Jones bit at the end, it's what did I say in there? It's I was talking about pig milk.
Pig milk.
And so we were just racking our brains as we were sitting there and all of a sudden.
Now, does pig milk cure the C word? Is that a conspiracy theory? I don't remember ever hearing
it'll
that.
Cure the T word, I guess, which is thirst. But no, yeah. So
pig milk, the thirst quencher.
Oh yeah, the other white milk.
The other white milk.
Don't take that out of context.
How many? There's a few white milks. We're not going to list them.
There are creamy substances indeed. But yeah, so the really funny thing about the whole situation is just so here we are. We invoked the name of Voldemort. And so we'll have to edit that video in some kind of way that continues to be parodical and satirical and just doesn't evoke the name of Voldemort, because that will get the the Wizarding Health Organization.
The Wizarding Health Organization.